Oh, there's definitely something on this one. Oh gosh. Oh, I was messing with that one and I got absolutely smoked. Oh wow. Look at the way the rod's bending. This is a good fish, guys. What's up, people? I'm excited about today, guys. I'm out here on Boone Lake and we're gonna go around seeing if we can find some big hybrid and striper today, maybe a big brown trout, and then we're gonna do some downlining with a big old gizzard shad that I caught the other day in my cast net, and we're gonna see if we can get on a big catfish as well. So got a lot of plans for today. We don't have a ton of time, so let's get out here, let's start fishing, let's see what we can do. Well, guys, it didn't take long to figure out that the troll game just wasn't happening. For whatever reason, the striper and hybrid just weren't willing to bite, so it's time to switch gears. What we're gonna do is we're gonna slow down to a stop real quick. And what I'm going to do is we're going to bring in our planer boards, because this spot right here just has a carpet of shad underneath the boat. And what I want to do is start downlining for big catfish, because I know that we've got potentially some good flathead as well as channel cats that are in this lake that may be hanging out in this general area. All right, guys, so check this out. We've got some pretty, we got 1 ounce sinkers there, big circle hook. And let me show you what we're gonna be working with today, because this is actually pretty big stuff. So the other day I caught this gizzard shad in my cast net, and this thing is, whoops, and this thing is huge. I'm telling you, it's huge. Look at the size of this gizzard shad right here. I mean, this thing is big. So I brought with me little knife here, and we're going to quickly go ahead and just chop him up into a couple of chunk pieces. And he is very fresh. I mean, I caught him last week. There's tons of blood on him, you know. So the first cut is going to be, let me go ahead and take those fins off of him real quick. Good. I mean, it's dripping blood. This is amazing, the freshness. And catfish absolutely love gizzard shad. So what we're gonna do is just hook this guy right in the mouth and through a nose, just like that. We're gonna drop that big old chunk of bait down there, because that is premium bait. And it's gonna drop down about 30 feet to the bottom here. You'll know when it hits the bottom because it'll stop. Okay. It's on bottom. Now what we're gonna do is reel up a couple of cranks. We're gonna put it back in this rod holder. We're gonna wait for something big to come along, some big catfish. And then on this side, we're gonna try to get in our planer board real quick. Let's go ahead and get him in. Gonna leave our free line out for now. You never know what may happen with a free line, but that cut bait is what I'm excited about, because we're gonna be really trying to get some catfish today. But more or less, I was just trolling to my spot. Now that we're here, it's catfish time. The thing about the gizzard shad is that it's a pretty big shad, but it's very oily. And there's a lot of blood in it. And for whatever reason, it just really attracts a lot of good fish. And that's what we're after. We're just after a lot of good fish here. The longer that these baits are in the water, the more likely it is that we're gonna get something, because it's leaving a scent trail in the water right now. And look at the amount of stuff in there. It's just amazing. One body chunk. Look at that chunk of meat. Let's go ahead and drop this down as well, all the way down to the bottom. We're gonna have 2 big chunks of meat sitting out here for something big, guys. 30 feet of water, slight breeze, so we're getting slightly pushed back, but we're going at a slow pace where these can stay down on the bottom and just leave that scent trail. Okay, we're on the bottom here. So same thing, couple of cranks up, and then we put it into the rod holder. And then we watch for bouncing and eventually hopefully a hookup on a big catfish. Like I said, here on Boone Lake, we've got big flatheads, and we've also got channel cats. We do not have blue cats here. I think back in the day we may have, but as long as I've lived in East Tennessee, this particular lake doesn't have blues to my knowledge. But I know for a fact that we've got channel and flat, because I've caught both out of here. So, and then the outlier, of course, is going to be our free line with the shad just swimming over here to our right. We've got a shiner. We're just going to let our free line just drift as well, guys. So we still got our shiner on. Something could potentially eat that, and we'll just keep an eye on that. So now we sit back and we wait. We're going to fish this way for a couple hours today. We're going to put in a little bit of time to see if we don't get something to eat I don't normally do a lot of down lining like this where we suspend baits, but it's something that I've been wanting to try out. And when I caught that bait, I really knew that was going to be a good opportunity for me. So we're going to sit here for a while, and we're just going to be really patient with our rods here. If any of you guys have ever watched Justin with kayak catfishing, he's a really entertaining channel. He does a YouTube fishing channel just like me, and he does a lot of suspended bait fishing just like this, where he'll sit out in his kayak and he'll suspend fresh bait that he's caught out of the Tennessee River. He'll fish different reservoirs around Knoxville just like this, and he catches some giant blue catfish, and occasionally he'll catch really big flatheads, which is what's kind of inspired this video for today. Currently we're at 28 feet. As we get further back into this cove, it is going to get, oh, there's a bite. Let's see here, guys. Hang on a second. Something's messing with him. I think that was a bite. Could have been the bottom. No, that's a catfish. Something's biting it. Let's give it a second to load up. So right now, something's down there nibbling on it. But, you know, it's a big chunk of meat, so you kind of have to wait for that rod to load up. Right now, something's nibbling. Let's give it a second. Yeah, something's something's nailing it. There he goes. There he goes. Oh. Something's on. There we go. Fish on. That didn't take too long, guys. I believe we got a nice catfish on here, guys. Oh yeah. The way he's bouncing, that's definitely a catfish. Let's see what we got here, guys. Took a big chunk here. Oh yeah, it's a nice fish, guys. Exactly. That is exactly the fish I wanted to catch today. Oh shoot, it's off. No, it came off at the boat. Oh shoot, he came unbuttoned at the boat as I was trying to net him, guys. Whoo, my heart's racing, guys. Let's grab our bait out of the back here. Let's get baited up again. Shoot, guys. Let's see, I'm gonna trim off some of these fins. Don't like the fins. Okay. And then let's bring up this rig. I don't know if you guys saw the way he was kind of chomping on the meat, but you just kind of have to be patient and let him get himself hooked. He just came unbuttoned that time. That happens sometimes. And that's okay. But let's drop this back down. Let's see if we can get on another one with that center chunk of meat. I think we can. I've also brought with me today my ultralight rod, which while we're suspending our baits and we're waiting for our next bite, I may start jigging a little bait myself down here. Let's see if we can get a millworm out of here. There's a millworm. So guys, I may need to catch some more bait, which means I may need to catch a bluegill or who knows what, maybe a crappie. And to do that, I've got this little setup here where I can dangle stuff down deep. Tell you what, that catfish, it did not take him long to find that suspended bait. I don't know how long he's in the water, but he must have been close by, because it didn't take him long at all to identify that bait and start eating it. Oh, there's a bite, guys. Let me go ahead and reel this in. We got another catfish hanging out down there. Go ahead and get him out of the way. All right, so we got a little thump there from the right rod. Let's see if that fish comes back. He may come back and start sniffing around again. Yeah, we're getting a little nibble on the left one again. Starting to load up a little bit. Let's wait a second here. Something may be on there, guys. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, there's definitely something on this one. Oh gosh. Oh, I was messing with that one and I got absolutely smoked. There we go, guys. Good fish. Here we go. Oh wow. Look at the way the rod's bending. This is a good fish, guys. Definitely a catfish the way it's bouncing. Oh, but it's a good catfish. Look at the way it's pulling, guys. Oh yeah. So we got ourselves a nice catfish on here. Very similar in size to that last one. This one's in the net, however, and it is a nice one. That is a nice catfish. Look at that catfish, guys. Heck yeah. Let's see if we can get this hook out. I'll show them off to everybody. So this is a big channel, guys. Big fat channel catfish, but a really good one. Look at this. That's That's a nice channel cat, guys. That was a lot of fun to catch this guy. He took that chunk of meat and he ran with it. And this is very similar to what the other one was, so I'm pretty sure the last one was a big channel as well. But boy, if you're looking for a good catfish, this is a way to do it. I love it. Let's do one more shot. All right, and let's let this guy go. Thank you, Catfish. With this Catfish setup, like I said, I haven't really done anything like this before, so it's pretty exciting. I thought this one was getting messed with, and it very well could have been. And then suddenly, that other rod just got smashed, you know? So we're obviously in a pretty good spot for catfish. Gosh, man. The only thing that makes me a little sad is that we've probably only got 2 more pieces of cut bait here before we're out of cut bait. So that makes me a little bit sad, because it turns out it's a pretty nice bait, this gizzard shad. I've had 2 nice catfish on. Oh, but you know what? The good news is we've still got our piece of bait. So we're just gonna drop it back down, guys. So that makes me happy. We're not out. You wanna talk about a good time. This is very fun. Oh, hang on a second. Just got a little nibble from a bluegill. I'm working a bluegill rig while I'm waiting for the catfish to bite, and something just pecked at it. Also 30 feet deep right now, which is exciting. Oh, fish on. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's see, it's little, whatever it is. Yep, it's a little bluegill. I caught it at 30 feet. Can you believe that?
Wow.
I'm gonna let this one go, but that's cool to know they're down there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was just curious if I could catch bait while I'm sitting here, so I rigged one little bitty rod up just for that, and it worked. Guys, there may be somebody sniffing around on this left rod right now. Let's see what happens here. There we go. Let's see. He's bouncing. He's definitely bouncing. Just want to make sure he's on. I can feel him bouncing right now. He is just not taking off with the bait. He's chewing on it, guys. And just reel into him. Fish on. We got him, guys. All right, so we got a fish on here. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. Now he knows he's hooked. Oh. All right, guys. Yeah, that's a nice catfish right there. Let's get him in that net. There we go. So, guys, I noticed he was chewing and chewing and chewing on it. I wasn't certain if he was hooked or not. Well, it turns out he was hooked. Now, catfish, if you'll open your mouth, it'll come right out. There he goes. Another nice channel cat today. Check that one out, guys. What a beauty. He's croaking a little bit at me. Listen. Oh, and there he goes.